Welcome back then. Let's get into some earnings news then. African Rainbow Minerals has brought out their earnings picture. Mike Schmidt is the CEO of African Rainbow Minerals and joins us then on the line. Despite COVID-19 related global economic challenges as well as uncertainty, African Rainbow Minerals was still able to put up its 6-month or interim earnings up by 134% compared to the same period in 2019. It's a massive gain there. Mr. Schmidt, thank you so much for joining us here on Point here on SABC News. It certainly is a good year. I suppose the iron ore impact making itself known in terms of your business. It is something you'd probably want to see for the remainder of your financial year too.
Arabile, I apologize. You were a little bit distorted, but I think your question relates to the iron ore outlook and the future. And good afternoon to you, the viewers and listeners. So, we're pretty pleased with the position of the company under this challenging time. I think iron ore undoubtedly sticks out. Prices have surprised on the upside and remain strong. So the demand for iron ore is still pretty resilient, and we think this will persist for some time to come, at least for the next 6 months. Beyond that, we'll revisit iron ore outlook.
It seems that prices are generally on a higher trajectory, but of course, the impact of COVID-19 did impact operations a little bit earlier on in the year. Are you finding any sort of lingering impact on your business, and what is that at present, if any?
It undoubtedly had an impact. Most of our operations closed down for a minimum of about 6 weeks. Some of them went on further. The fortunate position that worked in our favor was in the iron ore division. We had significant stockpiles. So with a lot of good collaboration with Transnet and Portnet, with very few people, we were still able to move material and hence capitalize on very good pricing. Your other question is, was there some type of action? There was a misunderstanding that transpired at one of our platinum operations called Modikwa, and it did end up with industrial action for around about 10 days. Until we could clarify that. Outside of that, it's gone pretty seamless. And I do make a comment to say that I'm hugely appreciative and thankful for the way in which all of our employees came back to work and addressed these challenges of COVID. And we've got back to normality quite seamlessly.
And that's certainly a positive tilt to the picture, of course. You did note Modikwa as well with regards to that industrial action, and also then dropping off in production volumes of around 29%. I'm sure you don't expect that to continue, but how big a hurt will it be for the business if, of course, that doesn't get resolved in future? And are you finding ways to mitigate that as well in a future process?
Arabile, I believe that the issues around Modikwa and the misunderstanding has been resolved. We've seen very good output post that industrial action, and I'm looking forward to a much improved set of operational results over the next reporting period.
All right, let's very quickly then, as a final one, just sort of talk about the coming year ahead. Any prospects, any thoughts of what to do? You've put out a dividend of 10 Rand a share there. That's almost double what you put out in 2019 in this interim period. It does point to some positivity, and you're expecting things to remain the same. Is that really the sentiment from the business?
Yeah, I do believe that the dividend is certainly, from management's point of view, shows a good positive outlook for the future, and we're pretty bullish on prices and volumes going forward, and hence the dividend. We are always mindful of the fact that as on, we have to balance giving money back to shareholders and look at growth to get that fine balance. I think we've done pretty well in doubling the dividend, and it really is promising for the outlook for the next 6 months. Looking very good. Thanks, Arabile.
Mr. Schmidt, hopefully we can talk again in about 6 months' time and unpack the full year and see whether things certainly did remain the same and gotten even better for your business. African Rainbow Minerals CEO Mike Schmidt, they're joining us as we talk their interim results, a 134% increase then in that bottom line figure for them certainly is positive there. All right, that's where I'll leave things then for this